This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, another Fun Fest weekend is in the books. We'll show you some of the sights and sounds from the annual celebration in downtown Hazleton next. Good evening and thank you for joining us at FYI. I'm Ken Kara and let's get right to our local headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. It was a beautiful weekend in downtown Hazleton and a great weekend for some fun. The SSPTV family was out in full force yesterday at Fun Fest and we were proud to team with Russ Kanzler from the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders, who had great prizes for the kids, and Joe Pecora, who brought his Photo Positive project, which captured the day in a very special way for us and all of Fun Fest. We talked with some of the people enjoying the festivities.
This is the first time I've done it at Fun Fest, but it's going really well. It's really cool. It's like, I don't know, it just makes for a really neat backdrop. I'm not even using a backdrop today because the event itself just, capturing all of the energy and everything that's going on, and then having people in the foreground with all their messages and stuff, it's really cool.
Part of Fun Fest is the kids, and I'm here with my good friend. What's your name, honey?
Aiden.
Aiden, are you having fun at Fun Fest?
Yes.
And I see you were eating some good stuff. What were you eating?
Cheese fries.
Do you like cheese fries? What else are you hoping to get here today?
Lemonade.
So this is a wonderful show of community here each and every year. So why is this so important to the Chamber and to the community?
Well, Lisa, at the Chamber, our mission is twofold. Yes, it's for business success, and it's also we try to do things towards the quality of life. And Fun Fest at its core has always been about family, fun, and free. And so to get all the nonprofits out here on the street today talking about their organizations, to see the Nittany Lion and mascots going around, just like I said, really enjoying themselves and having a good time. The parade today, whether it's a middle school or the high school or the local Boy Scouts on a float, again, it's a representation celebrating our community.
How important is this to the club? What does it help make possible?
Well, it helps make possible for all the things that the club does. They feed the team every game, before every game we feed them before they go on the bus or before they come to the stadium. And we do so many other things for them, we support. Years before it was a quarterback club, the school board used to support somebody, but now it's totally the quarterback club. They do everything. Get equipment for them, special equipment. We do everything.
I'm coming here for enjoying this festival here. It's amazing activity. It's amazing. I don't see this is for any town around in Pennsylvania. I don't see any business in any activity like here.
And tonight we have one of the prize winners from our booth at Fun Fest. Congratulations to Leanne Gahan. You have won the girls gift pack. We will announce our second prize winner tomorrow on FYI. And Fun Fest Sunday coincided with the 15th anniversary of the attacks of September 11, 2001. Several ceremonies were held in our area over the weekend to remember the nearly 3,000 lives lost on that terrible day. We talked with members of the Freeland Fire Department, some of whom were not born when the attacks happened, about the significance of the day and the need to remember.
It's a very difficult time to wrap your arms around what actually happened to this country on that day. And to this moment, I don't think any of us have ever come to the realization of the true impact of it. Our hearts, I feel, as a nation will always be broken.
I wasn't even born yet.
I had a feeling you weren't. So what do you know about 9/11? Obviously, you're very active in the fire department, but many young people don't realize what really happened.
Well, from what I've seen on YouTube, from everything about how the terrorists have hijacked the planes and drove them into the towers, and I really didn't read too much up on it, but from what these guys have told me about it, it was very grieving for the country.
Well, I believe our country colors stands for itself, and the 343 firefighters that were lost on 9/11 and the other 60-plus police officers from the NYPD and Port Authority police officers that were killed that day. and our U.S. troops that are fighting the war on terrorism. I stand beside our troops, and I believe in our flag. And I pay tribute to everyone that was lost that fateful Tuesday morning in New York City, and the lives that were taken in the Pentagon and in Shanksville. It's a day of remembrance.
I just see another day that we're trying to struggle together. We're all trying to hold hands, keep strong, and remember the guys that actually died, that went in, that never came out. It was a tragedy that should have never happened, but it did. And now we're just struggling to deal with it 15 years later.
I was only 5 at the time, but it really didn't strike me until like now that it kind of hits home. And now that I'm a firefighter, it's just losing all the 343 it's heartbreaking.
Just being a part of this, it's great. Being in the fire department, it's great. I feel very patriotic when all this stuff happens, and I feel as though this is one of the things that brings our nation together.
Thank you, Lisa, for those interviews, and thank you to the Freeland Fire Department for their time. Also this weekend, it was only the second time ever that the Lantern Fest came to the East Coast, and the girls were there to capture it on tape. This was the scene Saturday evening at Pocono Raceway in Long Pond. People from all walks of life united for a day of music and food, s'mores, and of course, lanterns. Let the Lassand family take you on a fabulous escape starting September 23rd on SSPTV on our show, The Girls. The Hazleton Area School District continues to work out the busing problems that have plagued the new school year from the start. A message on the district's website states, quote, "After reviewing all of the routes that have been worked on this week, we noticed there are still some routes that need to be edited. We are working with each of the contractors along with TransFinder to make these routes as accurate and efficient as possible," unquote. It goes on to say that the district will try to give daily updates on their website and Facebook page. You can read the entire statement at hasdk12.org. The Penn State Hazleton campus is bringing back a popular tradition. Community Day returns Sunday, October 16th. And one of the many highlights is the delicious ice cream from the Penn State Berkey Creamery in University Park. Orders are being taken for a variety of creamery favorites, including bittersweet mint, peachy paterno, and more. Orders must be paid in advance and picked up at Community Day. The price is $7 a half gallon. Forms are available at hazleton.psu.edu, and the deadline to order is this Friday. For more information, call 570-450-3183. Coming up next on FYI, we'll tell you how the Lehigh Valley Health Network is trying to keep kids safe on ATVs. In sports, we'll show you highlights from FunFest Celebrity Obstacle Course Race and unveil Week 3's high school football coal scale, and Ron Marchetti has trivia treats. Stay tuned.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
It all starts Saturday, September 26th at Core Fitness in Hazleton. That's when the indoor cycling and strength training for weight loss workshop kicks off. You don't need to be a member of the gym to participate in the program. For more information on the 8-week program, find Core Fitness on Facebook or call them at 570-455-7818, or you can visit them at 711 West Broad Street in Hazleton. Lisa Sugar recently did an interview all about ATV safety with a staff member of the Lehigh Valley Health Network. They also talk about an important safety event this weekend.
ATV riding, very popular in our area. You being the head of trauma at the hospital, unfortunately, there are serious accidents involved for people who don't pay attention and abide by the rules.
Yes, and thank you for having me, by the way. And we really felt that this was a need for the community to be educated, because we are seeing more and more ATV accidents and injuries with especially our youth. And we want to make sure that, as we explain, going on, that this program will hopefully help educate our youth for the safety of the community.
Well, now this is great because it's really for a large age group. Ages 8 through 15, you want them accompanied by an adult. So what will be happening? This is taking place this coming Saturday. So what will happen? It's a simulator, so that's interesting.
It will be a simulation, essentially, with a screen and an actual ATV there with an instructor, really providing all the information for safety, as far as everything ATV goes.
When you see these accidents at the hospital and that when people are brought in, what are the things that they mainly, I guess, don't follow? Are they not wearing the proper gear? What leads to these accidents?
Right. So a lot of our injuries that we see are head injuries from not wearing your helmet. Also, you can have, by not wearing your protective gear, we see a lot of road rash. And actually, road rash can be very severe. And, a lot of these patients end up in the burn unit down at Lehigh Valley, Allentown. So that's one of those things that you really have to pay attention, make sure you're covered. And, there's a lot of other things such as, not driving on the roadways that ATVs are not meant for flat surfaces.
So now, should they register? Can they show up? What should they do?
So we would really prefer that you register, and by calling 570-501-4554. But this is a free event and it will be open, and if you're, just driving by, you can certainly stop in. There's no, it is not an absolute that you need to register.
All right, very good. Well, again, we want to encourage ATV safety all year round, but this is a wonderful event to come out, and it's a simulator. You get to take part in that, chance to win great things, but most importantly, you're learning the rules of the trail, maintenance, safe riding gear, safe riding techniques, everything to be safe. Can't stress enough that it's free, happening this Saturday from 10 a.m. till noon, and that's at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton, in the front parking lot of the Business and Education Building. You can call to register or come the day of the event, but please be safe when you are enjoying all-terrain vehicles.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Broad Street was back to normal on Monday after Fun Fest, but don't worry, there's still more fun ahead. Remember, First Fridays are held down here every month, and for more information on them, go to downtownhazelton.org. Here's our local weather forecast now from the National Weather Service. Tonight, mostly clear. Our low will be 53 degrees, and we'll have a south wind around 5 miles per hour. Tuesday looks good, mostly sunny with a high near 78 degrees with wind from 5 to 10 miles per hour in the morning. Tuesday night, partly cloudy, low of 59. On Wednesday, mostly sunny skies and a high near 80. Wednesday night, we have a 20% chance of some isolated showers before 2 a.m. Partly cloudy night with a low of 51. On Thursday, sunny with a high near 67, and then Thursday night clear with a low around 46. Cooler day on Thursday. Friday, sunny with a high near 71, and Friday night partly cloudy, low of 56 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton. Treat yourself today.
Good luck if you played. Here's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. Pick 2, 2, 3, pick 3, 881, pick 4, 6, 6, 9, 0, and pick 5, 5, 1, 4, 4, 4. There's a lot coming up in sports. We'll go back to Fun Fest. We have the Cole Scale football rankings and Ron Marchetti with trivia treats. We'll see you in just a bit.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
We're through 3 weeks of high school football, and after tireless work for about 45 minutes this morning, I have constructed our high school football Cole Scale rankings. In the Lignite grade, we have two teams looking for a spark. Shenandoah Valley, they fell to 0-3 with a loss to Kutztown, and Hazleton area, they fell back down into this grade after a 42-13 loss to Williamsport. Hazleton area scored 2 touchdowns, but unbeaten Williamsport returned both ensuing kickoffs 4 touchdowns. Nolan Schneider had a big interception for the Big HA, and Carson Kinney had a 54-yard touchdown run for the Cougars, who have yet another tall task as they travel to Abington Heights this Saturday. In the bituminous grade, these teams are smoking and almost ready to catch fire. Monoy Area's coach Dave Holman was very happy with how his team responded after a loss to Tamaqua in Week 2. The Bears' defense forced 7 turnovers as Mike Ansbach had 2 interceptions and 2 fumble recoveries. However, the Bears' offense did turn the ball over 5 times, but still it's a big win for Monoy. Tamaqua fell down to the bituminous grade, but just barely after losing to a very good Schuylkill Haven team. The Hurricanes scored 17 second-half points after Tamaqua held them in check before halftime. One of Schuylkill Haven's touchdowns came on an 89-yard punt return. I see Tamaqua climbing back up to the anthracite grade soon, but this week we have only 2 teams there, and they played each other on Friday night. Wow, look, video. North Schuylkill, they opened the game against Marion with this long touchdown run by Mitch Wagner. The Spartans' defense really controlled Marion's offense in the first half as they led 6-0 at halftime. Marion started to turn the tide with a fumble recovery by Seth Palak, and that led to a Marion score in the second half. Palak would later have a 34-yard touchdown run for the Colts, and they were feeling pretty good. But North Schuylkill came back, and they scored with under a minute to go in the game, but the officials threw a flag for unsportsmanlike conduct after the touchdown for excessive celebration. North Schuylkill head coach Wally Hall disagrees with the call, but says it's part of the game. The Spartans did not convert their 2-point conversion from the 18-yard line, and Marion moves back into our top spot in the anthracite grade with the 14-12 win, and North Schuylkill falls to number 2. There's one athletic competition that trumps all others in our area, the annual Fun Fest Celebrity Race. It used to be done on tricycles. This year it was an American Ninja Warrior style obstacle course, kind of.
I'm joined now by the winner of the Celebrity Obstacle Course, Mayor Jeff Cassatt. Congratulations, sir. Quite a big.
Thank you. All the hard work and training really paid off today as I beat some fine competition.
Now, Mayor, there were some before the race. You said you might come up with a gum ordinance because we all stepped in some gum, and you said if you would have lost, maybe no Fun Fest next year.
Yeah, I was going to have to lay down the law, fast and early, that if I lost and didn't finish first, that we wouldn't be able to hold this event next year.
Now, Mayor, you do a lot of things that some other mayors might not do. You like to have fun in your community.
I do. I like to be involved in everything I can.
Well, you do a good job and a good year at Fun Fest. Lou Mattioli from Power was second place.
I'd like to thank all my fans and all my support that came out here today. The thousands in attendance that came wearing the Jeff Cassatt shirts and really cheered me on to victory here.
You thought Bristol was impressive to host college football this weekend. You should have seen Broad Street for Mayor Jeff Cassatt. That was awesome. And Lou,
you can put that in.
Lou, hold that there.
Bad that you have that.
Mayor, good job. Good job, Mayor. And he nails the interviews all the time too. Lou Mattioli from Hazelton Power came in second today. Now you're an in-shape individual, but this was a unique thing to conquer.
It was unique. I came out, I did what I could, but unfortunately I was dominated by the gentleman interviewing me. It's a little unfortunate. I thought I had it, but apparently not. It's not my day.
Lou will be back next year, I know. This man is a competitor. And Lou, for Hazelton Power to get out here, be out in the community, you're part of that organization. How important is it on this weekend to just be here, really?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, just to come out, to see everybody downtown supporting the community. I mean, really, this is what Hazelton Power is all about. So to be able to be a part of it and take part in all this pleasure, I mean, it's just huge. It's awesome.
We're having a fun time. If you want to meet Lou, he's like a real life superhero. Go to Hazelton Power, search on Google and on Facebook as well. Get involved in your community.
I should be able to have a beard and wear a Batman shirt every day. Now, I know I declared the mayor the winner, but I actually have the first place trophy right here. I didn't steal it. I won it legit. I was just very intimidated by the mayor when we were doing the interview and he wanted to be the winner. It was a fun event, and a big shout out to Mary Malone from the Greater Hazelton Chamber of Commerce, Mighty Max Garcia from Telecaribe, and Gary Perna from WYLN 35, who also took part in the race. Well, hey, the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders are in the International League Championship Series against Gwinnett, and the fun starts tomorrow night at 6:35 at PNC Field. Actually, the fun starts right now. Here's Ron Marchetti.
"15 years and 1 day after 9/11. Hi, everybody, and happy anniversary to Dan and Lucy Fornataro, a terrific couple who will celebrate their 72nd wedding anniversary tomorrow. 72 years! Wow. On this day in 1976, exactly 40 years ago, Minnie Minoso of the Chicago White Sox became the oldest major leaguer to get a hit at age 53. Then in 1980, Minnie Minoso would get a hit at the age of 57. 25 years ago in 1991, number 3 Michigan beat number 7 Notre Dame 24-14 at Ann Arbor. That game is remembered for future Heisman Trophy winner Desmond Howard's diving touchdown catch on a 4th and inches pass from quarterback Elvis Grayback. Also on this night in 1981, there was a welterweight championship fight. Trailing on all the judges' scorecards, Sugar Ray Leonard staged a furious rally against Thomas the Hitman Hearns in the 13th and 14th rounds that led Leonard to the world welterweight title by TKO. It was Leonard's 31st victory in 32 fights, and it was Hearns' first loss in 33 fights. It happened in Las Vegas, Nevada, 35 years ago. 80 days after 9/11 in 2001, Jack Buck helped America back to normalcy as a way of silencing those critics that thought baseball returned too soon after the 9/11 attacks. Buck read a poem that he wrote to the St. Louis crowd, and he finished it with these thoughts. I don't know about you, but as for me, the question has already been answered. Should we be here? Yes, it would be one of Buck's final appearances as he was struggling with Parkinson's disease and lung cancer at the time of this memorable and important moment in sports history. And finally, and speaking of sports history, let me reframe that to New York Yankee history. Let's make it a trivia question. What is about to happen to the Yankees that has never happened since 1903, which means that from 1904 through 2015, it did happen for 111 years straight. I could see that some devout Yankee fans out there do know this answer. The answer is, this year's Yankee pitching staff will fail to pitch a complete game. Not one, unless it happens in the next 2 weeks, and I don't think so. Mother of God, zero. In the early 1950s, Robin Roberts of the Phillies threw 26 complete games in one season. Could you believe that? Could you believe that I'm done? Yes. Till Friday, be a good sport and stay loose.
Mondays can be a big headache. Well, cheer up with Bottleneck's Little Neck Clam Special, $1.95 a dozen in melted butter.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First night, the Soul Kitchen organization will be holding a free meal on Tuesday, September 13th at the Trinity Lutheran Church in Hazleton. The meal will be held from 4 to 6 p.m., and everyone is welcome to attend. Our next announcement, the annual Bella Italia Festival will be held September 17th and 18th at Community Park in Hazel Township. This event is hosted by the Hazleton Unico Club and will feature wonderful homemade food, plus crafters, games, raffles, entertainment, and more. For info, just call 570-579-4179. Next announcement, Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton will be holding an ATV simulator for off-road enthusiasts aged 8 through 15, and they should be accompanied by an adult. The event will feature safe riding techniques, rules of the trail, maintenance, safety riding gear, and more. The first 50 youth will receive a stainless steel water bottle and a chance to win more prizes. For information, just call 570-501-4000 or lvhn.org. And one more quick announcement, Holy Trinity Orthodox Church, 223 South Kennedy Drive in McAdoo, be having a free community meal Saturday, September 17th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by a biblical lecture. All are welcome to attend. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Sister M. Mercedes Voitko, formerly of Hazleton. Services Tuesday at 10 a.m. at the Maria Hall in Danville. Mass is Tuesday at 11 a.m. Thomas Maddie of Barnesville. Arrangements will be announced by the Stanley E. Anilowski Funeral Home. Gary Lee Dufresne of Hazleton. Arrangements will be announced by the Harmon Funeral Home. And Teresa Colbush of McAdoo. Services will be announced by the Stanley E. Anilowski Funeral Home.
Few things to remember. I did win the Celebrity Obstacle Course, and also huge night, Season 3 premiere of Out of Left Field tonight at 8 p.m. We'll see you back here tomorrow for more FYI. Take it easy, everyone.